Hi everyone, I just want to take you into a little depth moment I was having, but it's one of the most important understandings and teachings I could have allowed in from life's reminders, sacred guidance reminders. So let's go into this. And it's along the lines of other videos I've done. So you'll find that I can often bring up some other things you've heard me say before, but it's only so we get more depth on them. So there is this one dependable place inside us all, and it trumps everything you go through. So there's no doubt about it that the human soul has to have some turbulence in life. We didn't come here to identify with the turbulence. And what we learn is that we can depend upon when life is throwing you curveballs. We haven't done this enough, and that's why it is reiterated in all different flow states of being on different days. The reminder is always you can go into and slow down for a moment to allow meeting up with whatever you'd like to call it. Let's call it internal space. And then you can elaborate further later. But when life is throwing you a curveball, might have appeared in front of your face quick, you might see it approaching and you're nervous because you don't know what to do about it, but this is a given, okay? There is design with the laws of the universe that you will go through things here because that is the journey. So the best you can do is remember that is the journey, and you are always assisted. You're not just dropped into this journey without higher divine resource. So when a curveball comes your way, you can identify with the energy of the curveball, or you can remember, this is happening. I've been practicing and will continue to be the practice moment by moment through life that I go into this other place. And at first, even that makes people feel nervous because they don't think there is a place. What are you talking about? We're just physical human beings. We just fight head to head. We just take things on all the time. We just become the problem's energy. That's not the result. Because we're souls here to walk through life, right? Into challenging energies and remember our soul, our internal being. Now, you must drop into this unknown place regularly because you don't know it yet if you haven't decided to visit. So you may even feel like an idiot. But it is it is something of, you're going to have to let go of a mind construct, right? And you're going to have to embrace this subtle it's dependable. And we call it stillness. But from the stillness is all other matching vibrations. So it's peace for the human. It's awareness at a different rate. It's an internal connection we need to strengthen and not jump outside of ourselves and react. So it becomes what I call the heart foundation, which is when you picture the chakra consciousness, your being has a true foundation of a green field. You're developing that. You're coming back in and you're nourishing it with time, and you're saying, I'm not giving my energy out to that. This is divine consciousness. It's a given. We are chakra consciousness. We are energy. We are supported. We have a stream connection. We are always known by the divine. We can get fed information. We are giving space to this place. We do not need to buy in with our two eyes and get drawn out, or the sounds with the two eyes coming at us. Okay, we're all guilty of all this different interaction as we learn and grow. So then we get easier on others because we go inside more before we respond. If others learn it, we actually connect more in the field with those. And we're all developing this heart foundation on planet Earth. We're not forgetting our internal reservoir. Heaven to earth, earth to heaven. Beautiful planet, don't forget. Beautiful, amazing. Look at what we can do. So come back into this sacredness that you're only here for a visit. Slow down there. Right? When you slow down there, your feelings change, and you know that reacting to the world doesn't serve this inner growth, this inner well. This is always a permanent reservoir, and this feeds your soul, and this is how you truly grow, humbly and content, continuously. But you must drop into that, learn to feel that, and it takes some discipline not to do what everyone else is doing, which is react. This is also how we start to find our soul tribe, those that have mastered this. We're not just walking around reacting to life. We are actually in a deeper realization that reaction just brings more contraction. Going within allows space for responding and expanse of our life. So in here is more, take the time for appreciating the now moment and all your practice of presence and clearing out the old. But it's also, when you wisen through this, I'm just going to take time to breathe with life and just appreciate the natural beauty that's there to really strengthen this from, I've left the mind concept and I'm now there. I'm in this aware. That presence is the spirituality of us all. And less confusion in the world, and we know each other in a different light. Because it's the light that's always there, and we're not just jumping out at reactions toward us or us out. It's beautiful, but it is a deepening, it is a maturing of this grounded, dependable part of ourselves. That life gets better when we inhabit our internal world as a given. And that's basically all I wanted to share. That it is a given. So, what we currently believe as humans is it's a given that everyone is unappreciative. And we're just battling our way through all the unappreciation. That's the way humans think, therefore operate. Right? So there's all sorts of competitiveness and crap and everything else that comes from that. But when we actually acknowledge and not react, life grows the trunk of our tree at such a internal reliance, and all you want to do is share the internal beauty that comes from that. So everything comes from this strengthening, calm, peace, release to the world through your unique being. Because you're grounded, you know your root is from heaven to earth. It is not in two eyes trying to get through a world. You are grounded from heaven to earth. It is not in your human trying to get through a world. Like sometimes we can describe it as the jungle of life. All right, so we can change from like a jungle, got to protect myself from what could happen next. Instead of that, have your dependent reservoir that says, I know this internal world is dependent, and from in here, from coming back in here more regularly, I'll have whatever I need, whatever I face next. Now that is an aligned trust, and that's what we need to develop. I'll say that clearly because that's what I did. That's what a lot of us do, but we got to really realize that that is a true root system. Like, that is a heaven to earth root system. If we relied on that more often and sort of took our attention out from the human being, like, distractions, because we operate like this, so we're just sort of busy. But if we actually took more conscious steps, it's just a different root system. It's like, I don't have the worries associated with what I want to achieve in life. I just sort of allow this flow and inspiration to meet the world, and I check in. And I'm guided with this trust. And I'm going to leave it there because that'll open up on more of the journey, I'm sure. But I think that's what we need to just get the comprehension of. Because we do it. We can't not do what I'm talking about, but we just don't do it very much. We're like this, like to the internal reservoir, probably like, you know, we'll show this sort of, like this is the side of the being, and we'll show sort of like this front bit of ourselves, but we won't sort of depend on the whole internal part of ourselves as a growth root system. We'll just be like, this is what I show the world of myself, you know, like just a little bit at the chest. But when you have this grounded, aligned root system with heaven to earth, that whatever I do in life, wherever I'm guided, I check in and I will be moved. I have this higher trust. And so it's no longer just like this anymore, and you sort of got your hands covering up your chest. I've got to offer something to the world because I'm in it. It becomes more like a heaven to earth. You got all this flow around your back, and you're not worried about the front because you got this yang support, reliable system, and you know how to reach into your chest. You know how to kick back and just go, I don't need to get attached. I got the highest on my side, and we all do. Once you eventually keep doing that, that's the kind of guidance you whisper out to the world. You don't force it upon people, but you just say, oh, you know, things aren't as bad as they seem. What about this? Because you pick up on things that could assist rather than join them in any kind of misery. Because our alignment is our definitive feed. That's who we are, heaven to earth. We're not just earth, 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 dead, finished. Okay, we came from somewhere. It wasn't just like the person produced everything. You know, mother had baby and that's it. We didn't see any divine thing. Oh, that's just the man and the woman. It's like, come on now, put it all together. We just can't see everything, but we need to be able to rely upon. We came from a powerful place, and we don't need to walk through life like it's a jungle, just offering a little bit in case people take from us. So, you know, it's a strengthening development, so you're going to have to open your mind to strengthening my internal space. And it is difficult because the world is fast and lots of things come at you. So you're going to have to roll with, how do I include this? How do I include that I have this strengthening inside? And so that starts to become like a bodily space, because you say, I need to take my whole self away from the world in regular periods, and you start to enjoy that. Okay? And you learn lots of things and draw in from inspiration more to nourish this and to protect it in a way that says, I don't have to identify with everything going on in this world. Even if it comes at me calling my very name, doesn't mean I own it. Okay? Because everyone's going through their own journey of outside stimulus into, where the hell do we go now? Into yourself. We all need grounding root systems. Okay? More beauty comes out from the real power. And then you can look at these chakra colors as though you're different bouquet, but all together, you know? You can't have one color without the other. Everything's working together. And therefore your soul, which we are all unique. So we should not degrade each other in any way. We should be holding space to learn of each other. And let the love pour in. Because you're then your bouquet out. Aligned, strengthening, share and rise. God bless everyone. Bye for now.